Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, yeah, a little quartz clearing again today. So maybe we don't have that much to clear left anymore, but let's get into it. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information. What is it that we can see for the collective today? I am going to start with the Divine Masculines and what they want to be transparent about. All we got is, okay, Temperance at the bottom of the deck, but my Divine Masculine card, King of Wands in the inverse. So they want to be clear that they feel like the shoes are still a little bit big, like they haven't fully embodied this Divine Masculine energy. I'm going to get some clarifiers on that and see what we need to know. So let's see. What is it that we need to know about the Divine Masculines? Four of Cups. They're still feeling insecure about what's happened in the past, where they haven't been able to follow through with their well-meaning intentions in this scenario. And again, what would they say to you about that Divine Feminine? This is what they want to be transparent about. My life started when I met you in the inverse. So they already were fairly settled in their life, but this next level potential that you saw in them, that they glimpsed in themselves, dawned on them when you met. It was like they saw that there was so much more to life. So that's the first thing they want to be transparent about. I'm going to see what that's doing for the intimate connection at this time. What can we see? Oh, wow. So, yeah, we get the same card in the past, Four of Shells, that we just got, and another. Wow, we got the King of Swords and the Knight of Roses that fell on the Divine Masculine card, and then this other packet. So we're getting sort of coherent messages here, but let's see. So in the past we got Four of Shells, Six of Roses, yeah, and Five of Roses. This separation that happened because they couldn't follow through, they couldn't match your energy. It was me, not you, Divine Feminine. I want to actually read that guidebook with the intimacy to see what this Four of Shells touches on intimately. So it says, physical, but more likely emotional come down, post-coital depression, wanting anything except the nice thing that you have. Okay, so it's like they got a taste of what they could have, but it was a carrot on the stick because they knew it had to be authentic as a way of life. And otherwise, they could not do this connection justice if it was imposter syndrome. So, yeah, there's this real feeling of they still don't know what that needs to be like in the long term. Then we get the King of Feathers in the inverse. I'm going to read that one as well. That's the King of Swords. So there are still things they don't see. They don't know how to communicate. Knight of Roses, that is the foundation, the internal foundation that we saw that was being laid yesterday. So King of Feathers. Okay, so don't get caught giggling at the back of the class. He has a foul temper and does not like having his authority undermined. Deep down, he knows that while he is king of the castle, he's no emperor. So the masculines are still struggling to figure out how to win them with love, I just heard, rather than control. So they still have some frustration, some anger, some bad attitude in there somewhere, and they're working on it, is what I'm getting here. What the heck? I'm going to read the Knight of Roses as well. So the thing that they're working on within. Don't get so caught up in the routine that you lose sight of adventure. So they're feeling like if they were to come forward now, they would control freak this thing into compliance and squeeze the life out of it. the adventure wouldn't be there. So they want to take it slow and create a foundation of adventure that you can grow into a sustainability of joy and fun and play and positive memories, bubble love phase that lasts indefinitely. They are feeling that this control freak nature in them needs to take it slow, not because they're controlling you, feminine. Remember, we treat others how we treat ourselves internally. So if you're picking up empathically up on your counterpart having control issues in some way, take it how it resonates. You're not wrong, but they're wanting to take this slow so that those things don't run the show, and so they can keep bringing their best, so they don't lose themselves. It's a battle with their own wits, I'm hearing, not with you, feminines. Get it straight. Don't get that twisted. This is what they want you to know. So I want to also next ask, what do they want the feminines to know about how they view the feminine? What is it that they would like to say about how they view the feminine? They have so much emotion. You make them cry. You make them cry in the fetal position. They fear losing you. They feel so deeply that it bubbles through sometimes, and they lose it. They lose control. They lose their composure. Clarifiers. 8 of Wands. This connection is next level. It's so energetic that it's like it stimulates them in ways they didn't know they had those emotional muscles to be stimulated. Queen of Swords. I just heard that the misconception of them and the way that you may have gotten the wrong idea about how they feel about you because they haven't moved this forward, it rips them up. That's what makes them most emotional, is that they know the love is here, and yet their actions have not been aligned with how they actually feel. It can't even come close to doing it justice. It pales in comparison. So why bother kind of stuff? Like, it shuts them down because it's so answer to prayer, extraordinary. Then we get the Moon and the 2 of Cups. So there is this secret love that they have not been able to express to you, and they know they haven't done that justice. Knight of Wands, they've tried to. My throat chakra is closing up, trying to even talk about this. It's remarkable. So this passion where they've been able to show you sexually because that is a physical thing, or they've been able to flirt, or at times, sustain for a little bit. This is something that has really, when the going gets good, they've backed out because they don't know what to do next that won't wreck it, and they've blocked this. They've gotten to a certain developmental stage with it and then frozen. Queen of Cups and 9 of Swords. They know you're in anxiety, or you have been, and they see you overcoming this. They see you mastering this. We got the King and Queen of Cups here to end this part of the message. They know you're their perfect pair, but they also know that they've had to heal. And they're saying in this message, as you are feeling yourself healing, that is a barometer of where they are with their healing. So it works together. It's not, about you. You're picking up on their angst, but you're also picking up on their progress as you're leveling out. Guess what? So are they. Okay, awesome messages. Thank you, Divine Masculines. Let's get one for the Divine Feminines. If there's any Divine Masculines watching, what would the Feminines say to the Masculines right now? Queen of Coins, 7 of Swords, 2 of Wands, 4 of Wands. So this is all the twin flamey energy. They're like poised and ready to be your life partner, to be your all in. They know that this is what they've been investing in, the real deal. 2 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 2 of my major twin flame cards, union cards. And this secret knowing, like the feminine is keeping this little new beginning baby in their care, in the love, and nurturing it secretly behind the scenes. Their love light is strong for you, masculines. Let's see where the feminines are regarding intimacy with the masculines. Knight of Feathers. So the feminines are still working on knowing that they have control in their manifestation, masculines. Like, they're still empowering themselves, just like you are, to align with this love. It's uncharted territory for everyone. So the feminines are still understanding how much control of the situation they have and what feels good and where that sweet spot is between not being too masculine, but not also being too passive that they can't connect with life, or that they would give you the wrong impression. They want to be authentic. So they're learning stride for stride with you in this blessed journey. Okay, let's look at what the masculines are thinking and feeling today for their counterpart, and what we need to know about the energies that come up. So here we go. The usual. Let's have a side of dessert with the usual today. How about that, everybody? Huh? And clarifiers. And what can we see for my divine feminines out there that hear these divine masculine messages? Okay, conscious mind for these connections from the masculines. Where the King of Cups for the second time back to back here. So they are very emotional about all the different things this connection has brought up. I just saw 1111. But they're seeing the unconditional love through it. Like, this is no matter which way they look at it, you stand out from the crowd. There's no one like you in their history. They've never even met someone like you, let alone know that you're into them. It's like, it's a bit much. It's a bit much, and it's really hitting home, hitting close to home. There's something about it coming into home. It's a lot of intensity that they're feeling in their own initiative right now. What do the feminines need to know about this? It's deep internal progress. This is reconciling their emotions. And right now, they've got butterflies. They're nervous, I just heard. Because they're in that in-between where they are accepting it now, but it's still a bit out of reach. But this is an essential time to balance out. I do see a child with parents here, and the child is in the middle as a go-between. It can be between the masculine and feminine polarities of self, and how to take action and how to be passive and how to balance out and ground out, come into balance. But it can also be some triggers from the past, insecurities about the dysfunction of the parents' relationships or the way that they relate to each other. So the masculines have a lot of layers, multidimensional layers right now that are kind of at the forefront, I'm hearing, and that this connection brings up for them. What are they thinking of you on the conscious mind? Well, they're sorting through all of these paradigms in response to you. Like, you are a constant in their mind, and so all these other things, these transient energies, are being released in the name of you as a consistent. 7 of Wands, this inner bravery to go all in. This is a, eye on the prize, you divine feminine, and all else falling away. It's the process of going all in, this re-entry. I'm seeing a rocket coming back down to earth for a landing. Is like coming into home, and all these external woes, concerns, options being shed upon re-entry. It's like letting it all be stripped away. Yeah, strength. So stay in high frequency. This is the Empress taming the devil energies, Beauty and the Beast, this eternal love. Stay the course. Stay strong in your consistency, that staying power right now, feminines, because you are generating your version of reality. So if you have a particular humble, balanced, calming, peaceful frequency right now, all of these concerns, I'm seeing one of those wheels that you spin and it has all the different sections and it stops. All of these are various timelines that dial could stop on. But there's one that says true love Stay in that one and be like, step on true love, step on true love. You know, just feel what it feels like to get that wheel to stop on true love. Don't entertain these other options right now, feminines. What are the masculines feeling on their heart space? They're feeling a little codependent, and they're seeing how they've been codependent with all these other Five of Wands energies, and how they have been weak, how they've clung on to things that weren't really healthy for them, how they've not been shown healthy examples, how they were hardwired to be dysfunctional. Like their eyes are really being opened that this love is truly the only pure thing that they've ever really encountered. And again, specifically, that they lucked upon it. It's like dawning on them that it's not chance, that it's an answer to prayer. What can we see for the feminines? Three of Pentacles. This is where the energetics of it are awakening everyone to a deeper level. Sometimes the feminines say, I wish my masculine was awake to this stuff. But if you're in fear, nervousness, disbelief, pining, longing, craving, you're not really awake to it either, or it would be deeply supportive and calming for you. So yeah, everybody's balancing out right now. I'm being told to stay in this high frequency divine feminines, because divine masculines are measuring everything that's come before by this truth. What are we seeing on the heart space? Okay, we got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords back from the first reading, different decks. We've got the same cards popping up here. So the masculines on their heart space, they want you to know they have unconditional, full, true love for you. And they want to dispel any of the misconceptions that you did not get the right message about how much they really do love. They want you to be this pure vessel for love in the world. They don't want you to have this shadowy angst or fear about how they feel about you. They do see that you stand out completely from other feminine energies. You handle things, you roll differently. You really are the embodiment of love, divine feminine. And the masculines are seeing that even the next best to you pales in comparison, because they are still in their logical mind. They're still trying to figure out. I'm specifically hearing if there has been another karmic option, that your masculine sees that that person isn't as kind as you, that other route isn't as authentic, isn't as psychic, insightful, but they are very, they pride themselves in being very intelligent, but they don't always get it right because they think they know, instead of observing with their heart and understanding things in their authentic energetic read. This person runs with the mouth, runs with their theories, runs with what they think they are seeing, what they wish to see, but they also get it wrong. And they see that you're much more patient. You drop in, you observe. So there's something about how you observe, and you're able to pick up what they're throwing down, because you can stay with it long enough to see the full picture. You don't get caught up in the fickle moment to moment things like the karmic feminine does. The drama. Yeah, Prince of Cups. So this is what is eliciting your masculine coming forward. There is a desire to express their love to you in kind with your, to begin to do it justice, to start small. The Knight of Cups is an offer. So they are preparing to show up. And I'm hearing that just showing up in your presence again after things have taken a pause, that coming back and just being able to hold counsel is the biggest testament of, action speaking louder than words. And they're trusting that you're going to know this. What are they wishing for their own lives right now? To continue this foundation. Oh, and the Four of Cups. These are more cards from the first reading coming up. So to continue letting go of those tainted memories where they weren't able to show up, and to stay the course, stay in the bravery, to keep coming forward and push through the angst that you're going to think it's just like all the other times. This time is different. They're saying, this is different. We're going to do it differently this time. Yes, temperance. Stay in this balanced emotional energy. So you throat chakra again. So feminines, if they come forward and they're at a loss for words or don't have the words and they just show up and they look at you all goofy, just know that takes a great deal of bravery, composure, healing to be able to show face again. Knowing that they so desperately do not want to give you a half-assed love. And they're mustering this bravery to believe that you will give them this first real shot. Now that they know what they lost, now that they've, tried to find you elsewhere or whatever the case may be, or they've done this soul searching where they're saying, no, actually, I'm going to lose out on the love of a lifetime if I don't give it my best shot. It's like the risk is now worth the fear and just going forward. What do they want to do towards these connections? Wow, 2 of Wands and Ace of Wands. They want to bring their inspired, full-on contribution and see where it goes. What do you need to know, feminines? They're gone but not gone. They're coming back around to see what is not just salvageable, but what is possible here when they do show up really authentically, when they do give it their all in, what could actually be possible. They want it to be round table. They want it to be equal. They don't want to make assumptions, but they do want to show up. What are their actions in their own lives at this time? 3 of Wands and 4 of Swords. So they're letting things sink in that they don't have all the answers and that they definitely don't have to take their fear for an answer. But they don't really have much else to go on aside from, again, just needing to show up. So they don't have an agenda. They haven't planned or composed all of it. They just know that this is worth going for. Yes, the Alchemist. So feminines, just know you do have everything you need here for this to unfold properly this time. But it is for you to know that your masculine doesn't have a crystal ball that knows all the answers. They're just showing up to see what can happen. And I think that's fairly wise. But, the 2 of you can tackle this and you do have what it takes to do it right. All these planes. Today on, is it a plane or is it a lawnmower kind of energy? So there is travel. The masculines are traveling towards the feminines and getting there. What are they doing towards these connections? Well, they're tentatively coming out of separation. When they show up, they might not out the gates tell you this. They might just kind of fade into the scene again and see what temperature you're at, I'm hearing. So I want to actually get a little bit of advice. Any masculines watching that are just trying to slip in there again about this energy, what do we get? Freedom, sensitivity, beauty, and sensuality. So you do you, masculines, but make sure it's authentic so that you're not squishing the freedom or the play, the sensuality, the beauty, the sensitivity, because your feminine is so sensitive. And you can be more transparent so that you don't send mixed signals. We saw the masculines not wanting the feminine to be in that misconception that they don't love the feminine wholeheartedly. So masculines, remember that as you're slipping in on the scene, that you're going to get tenfold what you put out there. And oh yeah, 4 of Wands. So there is a spiritual foundation that both counterparts have laid that has not been able to be experienced fully yet because it requires the 2 to share space, to share conversation, to share their hopes and dreams. And so, yes, come in to the energy gently, with tact, with intention, masculines. But it's not going to be as bad as you fear because there is a spiritual foundation that both have been up-leveling with behind the scenes. What's the biggest challenge for the masculines? That the time is now. Six of Swords, that progress is here, that this is where we take investment from other things and now begin to bring it into these connections. Queen of Cups, the feminines are feeling this. They're holding space for it. They know it, but they also don't have the answers. They just know this is what's brewing. What is the solution to the time is now? Wow, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, both in the inverse. So everybody drop into the kindness, drop into the sweetness, drop into that newness. Be in that energy. No expectations, no baggages from the past. Be present, be loving, surrender to it, relax and be yourself. Relax and be yourself. Play it by ear. You've got this. This is like the most sweet kind of, I'm seeing like a high school dance with friend groups pushing two people towards each other. Like, just do it. Just say hi. Just say hi. You know, start somewhere. Feminines. Okay, so you might be feeling trapped and powerless right now, feminines. You might be up in your head a little bit about how it's going to play out, or you might even fear that you're lacking vision. Wow, the masculines are coming. There's another plane. They're on their way, feminines. You don't have to have it all figured out, but you don't have to make it so that the masculines have to have it all figured out either. So this is about you just taking the anxiety out by saying it's okay not to know. It's okay that my masculine doesn't know. It's okay just to know that the love is here and see how it goes. There doesn't have to be an end game. It just can start. What is the direction in the next couple of weeks? Knight of Wands. So there's a deepening of the passion and an unblocking. There's a trickle of flow coming in here that's beyond just that volatile, hot and heavy sexual pull. There is more of a maturation. Yeah. Feminines, Emperor in the reverse. So or inverse. This is letting go of control issues and showing up, surfing it. No, I'm hearing if your masculine invites you somewhere, say yes. See how it goes. Go for it. Okay, I'm going to get one card for the Twin Collective right now. What can we see for the connections? Wow, another plane, everybody. Another plane. Another plane. They are jet-setting globetrotters right now. Okay, the Hunter in the reverse. 27. I'm getting specifically that the masculines and the age 27 or something with the number 27. 2 and 7, 9, that can mean a cycle is ending. I'm just getting that the masculines prayed for a love like this. And that it's unfolding, but they don't have to necessarily hunt it. Okay, so this says, don't settle for roadkill. It could be poison. Be careful that you do not become the prey of your desires and fantasies. Remember not to want more than you need, so you are not guided by unbridled ambition. It's okay to come home empty-handed. Okay, we've got all these messages of coming into home-based energy and not needing to know the answers, to not have that, you know, imposter syndrome where the masculines show up and feel like they have to provide the answers. It's okay, masculines, not to have the answers. Feminines, it's okay for your masculine not to have had it all figured out. This is where we get to know each other and figure out together what would work for all involved. So it stands to reason when we actually are practical about it that we shouldn't actually have had all the answers. We can have certain pieces of it up for consideration, but masculines, you don't have to have it all dialed in, figured out at all. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.